firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking to you.
Friday night, Arrington Ice Arena, Adrian, Michigan. It's the home opener for the Adrian College Bulldogs 2023-24 NCAA season. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Calvin Keys. So happy to have you all join us here this evening. It has been about 8 months since we've had NCAA regular season play here at the AIA, and this should be an exciting one.
It should be an exciting one. Happy to be here with you, Herm, as always. And the first NCAA matchup of the season at home always seems to mean just a little bit more. This is a pretty good Milwaukee School of Engineering team coming in here tonight to face the Bulldogs that gave them some trouble last year. Bulldogs are red hot with a pair of big wins against the Marion Sabres on the road last weekend. So, all signs point to an exciting matchup tonight.
5 games played so far, one being exhibition against Simon Fraser. The Bulldogs opened up the season in Utica, New York against the Utica Pioneers. They split that series, won in a shootout, and lost in overtime. And as you said, last weekend played against Marion University. Had some trouble getting started in the first game, but then really picked it up and exploded in that second tilt.
Yeah, talking to head coach Adam Krug as well as the starting goaltender for the Bulldogs, Dershawn Stewart, this week, they said that they had some difficulty finding their footing in the first period of that Friday night game a weekend ago, but once they got going, things just went smoothly. They had, I believe, a 5-2 win and a 7-2 win on the weekend, so played extremely well. The big guy I'm excited to watch this weekend, there's really 2, actually. Matt Redding had 3 goals and assists a weekend ago. This is a Bulldog team that's looking for someone to step up and provide that consistent scoring. I think Matt is a prime candidate to do that. And then, of course, the big story is Dershawn Stewart in net. He was great last year as a junior. This is his kind of last hurrah as a senior with this Bulldog program, and so far he's been lights out.
A lot of positive comments that head coach Adam Krug shared with us this week leading into this game. The freshman class, 7 added to the roster, all strong hockey players. Dershawn Stewart, as you mentioned, getting the start here tonight, expecting a big performance out of him. A lot to look forward to here tonight. Adrian College and MSOE will return with coverage of the first period after the national anthem.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives. But I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Welcome back live on ACTV, coming to you from Adrian, Michigan. It's the home opener of the 2023-24 NCAA Men's Division III hockey season as they open up against the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Hello, everyone. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys. Happy to have you all join us here this evening for what should be an exciting night of frozen ice hockey.
Yeah, super excited for this one. We got two teams with identical records. Both are 2-1-1, so both squads looking for their third win of the season and should be a tight battle. You know, talking to Adrian's head coach Adam Krug this week, things are really, up in the air when it comes to the NCAA picture and who's going to be good and who's not going to be. And, I think this is kind of an anybody can beat anybody league right now. Obviously, the Bulldogs, the favorites to repeat as NCAA champions, but this is a Milwaukee School of Engineering team that's going to come to play this evening and expect a tight and competitive matchup.
20 minutes up on the score clock. Center ice face-off. Puck dropped. We are underway at the AIA. Austin Klein will start things out in his own zone. Redding will dish outwards. This is Jaden Shields. Will loft it in. Stopping it there was Summers. This puck in front will travel backwards. Klein will make the retreat in his own end. Deshaun Stewart with a small poke of the goalie paddle. Heinz will receive a pass and distribute backwards for Klein. This one now bounced off the end wall, and picking up on the blue is Heinz. Gives to Swade. Goes towards the outside and just barely gets a shot on net, and covering up for the first time this evening is Austin Schwab, the sophomore from Snohomish, Washington. Played his junior hockey with the Battleford North Stars in the SJHL.
Yeah, that's our first look at Schwab, and he's been a highlight for this Raider team. He's got a .940 save percentage and a 1.64 goals against average. Pretty phenomenal stats through 3 starts.
Before 60 seconds of play, we're going to have our first penalty, and it's going to be called against the Bulldogs. Skating to the box, Theo Thrun will have to sit for 2 minutes for the slashing minor.
Did you get eyes on that play, Alex? I missed it. What transpired there to lead to the call?
I think it was on the breakout, and clearly the officials thought that Thrun got the stick down and had the hatchet chop. I didn't fully catch the best glimpse of it, but definitely heard some stick contact. So nevertheless, MSOE out to the power play 5-on-4 for the first time here tonight.
This is huge. On the road against the number 2 team in the country, you're getting a power play right off the bat. Set the tone here early if you're Coach Graham Johnson and his team.
Dickey will leave this down for McCormack. He'll skate up center. Had his puck stolen from him. It's cleared by Io Adinier. Out to stop it behind the cage, Austin Schwab. Sends a backhand pass around the half wall. This puck in neutral ice now as Swade will pick up. Lifts a backhand down. The Bulldogs clear again. Nice confident stick play there from Schwab. Had to use the edge work. Raiders will look to break out. This finds its way to Ryan Reed. Raiders were offsides. So they're called down, 18:04 left to go, first period. 53 seconds left in the 5-on-4 man advantage.
We talked about the Bulldogs' schedule last week. They got a sweep against Marion. It was a little bit different for the Raiders. They played against Lawrence last Friday and Saturday, tied the first game 2-2, and then lost the second 2-1. And that's a Lawrence team that wasn't very good last season. Maybe they've improved this year, but I think for the Raiders, this is a big weekend in terms of bouncing back and trying to build some momentum going forward into the conference slate.
Here's a lot of speed from Reed. Gets down underneath the red line. McCormack will head man up top. Bossy sent a pass down. Bounced off a stick. Looking to clear. Dickey keeps it in. Long shot from outside. That one goes wide. And good interference from Matt Redding to break things up. 2-on-1 if they can hurry. Here's a pass to the slot. And it's put wide from the stick of Vellucci.
I'd like to see Redding sliding that puck across, making Schwab move side to side. That's what they're going to have to do in order to beat the Raider goaltender. But Vellucci just missing the mark by a slight angle. Like to see him go against the grain there. Good idea.
Not too much going on that power play for MSOE. Bulldogs back to even strength 5-on-5. As we'll continue on, 16:49 ticking down. Connor May looks to enter. We'll keep this just barely on the blue. Cycle to the top. Amsball will distribute down low. It's rimmed around the end wall. Shields to Amsball. Center blue puts a shot on. Blocker to side by Schwab.
Klein got caught awkwardly there on that hit. Is that going to be a penalty call coming up against the Raiders? I think it will be. High stick is signaled.
No less than 45 seconds after the Adrian penalty expired. MSOE called down. It's Sam Schofeld. We'll have to sit here for the high stick. 2 minutes up on the clock. Adrian special unit now going to work. Redding to Shields. Wide. This shot taken. A howitzer sails over the crossbar. Redding to Shields. Right back to the right side, and it bounces in! A deflection from Jake Swade. A power play goal. The Bulldogs lead 1-0.
That's just textbook power play puck movement, isn't it? Look at this play. Start up top. Jaden Shields, always the power play quarterback. Heinz, the slap pass, one-touch feed to Swade. Got his stick on the ice, established position, and that's just an easy finish for Swade. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Bulldogs off to a great start just about 4 minutes in. 3 shots on net, 1 goal, and another arm up. Bulldogs are going to go back to the power play. Dershawn Stewart to the bench, looking for the 6th attacker. Here comes Vellucci. Circles around now towards the outside. Jacob rips a shot. It was blocked by a body. A missed pass there. Scrapes the blue. Jacob will hold on. Puts a shot on. Gets it right back. Here's another try. In front in the slot. And the Raiders touch up. Looks like this is going to be a cross check. Will go against Jackson Hughes, the sophomore from South Lyon, Michigan.
Jackson Hughes, a local kid. Jackson, Michigan, just about half an hour away, and not the way he wanted the start of his coming to go in this hockey game.
Bill Jones with the call there, wearing the stripe on his official uniform. Summers to Shields. Summers will get it back. The toe drag release blocked. Stepping in the lane there was Charlie Skinner. Redding back to Summers, left blue. Shields, the faked one-time drive. Shields looking for a chance of his own. He walks down. This chance in front, off the right pad, and kept out by Schwab. Shields keeps things going at the last second. This one dished into the slot, took a funny bounce.
That was a good defensive stick by Charlie Skinner to get his twig down on the ice and break up that centering pass.
Shields looks outward. Has Swade and Summers for support, who gets this pass. Back for Shields. Heinz. Shields with a shot, deflected upward and into the netting. 53 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4.
Going back to that goal, that was huge for Jake Swade. That was his first goal of the season. So goal and 3 assists for Swade on the year now, and I believe it's Heinz and Shields who get credited with the assist, and Jaden Shields now has his team-leading 7th point from the blue line.
Interesting to see Jake Swade not take that opening faceoff, too, to start that game. We saw really in the second half of the season, almost every game was started by the same line, and even through playoffs, Jake Swade as the center. Patosha will get a pass right to left, and we'll skim it around for Connor May. Klein, left side blue. Jacob, now to Klein. Jacob gets the pass right back, opens up. 15 seconds left to go. Bulldogs lead 1-0. Power play about to expire. Bulldogs need a shot. They get it from Jacob. And seeing it all the way was Schwab, as he'll hold on for the whistle.
I think the adjustments for the Raiders were really good on that last stretch on the penalty kill, because you notice how they're containing Adrian to the outside. They're being forced to take that look from distance from Julian Jacob, and if Schwab can see it from distance, he's going to make the save. Avoiding penetration, I think, is the key if you're the Raider penalty kill.
No more time left on the Hughes penalty, and gets out of the box just in time. Denier took a shot. Schwab once again with the stop. Draw tied up. Push to the outside lane. Amsball couldn't handle it. Taking this puck away, skating up with it is Jackson Yee. Now to Skinner. Down low, Adinier will interfere. Loretto, forwards one, doesn't get out. Yee will pick up, top of the right side circle. Good pressure from Adinier, using the big frame. Amsball will pick up. Play will move sideways.
The passing's really looked crisp from Adrian so far in this first period, and this is only the second home game we've had here at the Arrington Ice Arena, but boy, they just look like they're humming right now. Everyone's on the same page. It's been pretty impressive so far.
A big difference, I'd say, between this game and the one we saw a couple of weeks ago in the exhibition matchup against Simon Fraser. Bulldogs seem to be a lot more comfortable in this situation.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty self-explanatory. When you've played 5 games of action, you're able to settle in and do your systems and do what you want to do offensively.
Continuing on, it's Babyak. Got things going down low. A backhand into the chest. Schwab once again with the halt in play. Adrian doing a great job of driving that lane right in front of the goal cage, sending everything possible on net, trying to make life difficult for Austin Schwab. Reading couldn't pick up the draw, so the Raiders will possess, but they turned over. Heinz, a nice move as he goes in between the legs. Summers there to help him out. Gets a little bit of a love tap down low in the corner. Klein will put a shot on. That was punched away by the glove of Schoenfield. Summers in between the hashes. Bounces one off the stick.
How about that eye-hand coordination? That was pretty darn impressive.
I would have liked to see him pick that up and drive that to the net. I think that would be the ultimate. Here's Summers. Lost control of it as he entered in. Lifted high off the glass. Does not touch the netting, so we continue on. Austin Klein to Shields. Bulldogs caught for the offsides. So we'll take the draw in neutral ice. 11:09 left to go here in the first period. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys live on ACTV. Happy to have you all join us here this evening for the men's NCAA home opener. Potosha will skate back into his own zone. He's pressured by McCormack. He takes a couple of swipes at it. Things tie up in front of the Bulldog bench. Jacob, head up, looks for a passer, decides he's going to skate it up himself. Didn't quite work out, but he'll take this puck away. Jacob steps off his assignment on the blue and comes in contact with Smith.
Those are two big guys coming together in Smith and Jacob. And it was just kind of, they countered out each other with their collective momentum and weight behind the hit.
Potosha looks down low underneath the red. Nice shove there from Jake Swade. A bounce pass from Jackson Yee. Long dish up. Broken up and taken away as Calgin will get to it. The captain of this year's Bulldog squad. A backhand pass goes in front of the crease, doesn't go. And another shot from left to right. Ham's ball pressures. Ryan Reed. A turnover from Adinier in front. Stewart with the save, taken down. Net lodged off the moorings, so we'll have to get a whistle. Seemed like it was just incidental contact, no harm there. Two players battling it out.
Yeah, that was Kevin Paganini, who lost his bearings. I think maybe he might have got nudged from behind by Loretto, which caused him to lose his balance, but that's just a scary collision for the skater, but especially for the goaltender, as you know, Alex. When you have a guy on top of you landing on your backside, you know, you don't have a lot of padding on your tailbones. So glad to see that Dershawn Stewart pops right back up and he's okay, because he's an integral part of this team.
Kevin Paganini listed coming from Samadan, Switzerland, although I do know him from elsewhere. Spent a lot of time with him in Westchester County, New York, Brewster Ice Arena.
Did you play juniors with him?
Somebody who I know from Westchester Skating Academy.
Okay, there
Rick
you go.
out in Elmsford, New York. Has a younger brother, Mario Paganini, as well as MSOE. 2-on-1. Here's a chance, and they score! The Raiders tie it up with 9:11 left to go in the first.
Seth Bernard on the receiving end of a brilliant tic-tac-toe play here. Let's look at this one. This is a work of art. As a hockey fan, you love to see this. They move it far side, and, you know, Bernard just wide open on the back door. Defensemen get a little bit scrambly with the puck movement, miss their assignment, and really just an easy finish. That's a big response for this Raider team, being outshot 7-4, going down 1-0 on the road, and then kind of a defensive breakdown for the Bulldogs. But you also credit Milwaukee, because that was just a thing of beauty with the passing play, the chemistry, everyone working together towards a common goal, and they make it 1-1.
Not a whole lot that Stewart could do on that play. As you said, Calvin, great passing executed from the Raiders. This game now evened up at 1 apiece.
Felt like it was all Bulldogs, and that kind of shakes things up a little bit. Raiders with a big response. Changes the whole complexity of the game, I feel.
You can feel the air getting a little bit tighter here at Arrington Ice Arena. Bulldogs out to a hot start. They definitely have their work cut out for them this evening. Center ice draw as the puck was deflected into the netting. Back with it is Adam Smith. Goes to neutral ice. A nice play along the wall. That was made by Jackson Hughes. Bulldogs looking to break out. Redding will send a pass that's a little bit too far of Heinz, but he beats the icing. A quick chop of the stick. as he lost that one.
We see Adrian do that play quite a bit where they see someone speeding up ice and will just shoot it down because they know that the forward who's streaking ahead is going to win that race to negate that icing, as you said.
Redding with a nice move. Dances his way around Skinner. Hines will take this away and leave it for Summers. Looks towards the front, in between the slot. It's tipped out of the reach. Raiders will dump in. Stewart, the forehand pass around the glass. Tied up for a moment. Now Klein gets a long pass down. It is icing, as we'll take a pause with 7:28 left to go in the first period. A packed house here at Arrington Ice Arena. The citizens of Adrian, Michigan showing out for tonight's contest. Something you absolutely love to see.
Yeah, certainly. Great support here in the AIA, and it makes it fun for everyone involved, you know, the players, even us broadcasters included, to come into an atmosphere like this and play a really high-octane game of hockey.
This puck moved towards the left blue. It was C.J. Klein who tried to send it back. Bulldogs cleared for a moment as Shields will have to get it in his own zone. Blind backhand pass. Collected by Klein. Icing waved off. Rimmed around the boards from Schwab. Over for Jake Swade. Has the only goal for the Bulldogs so far. We'll get it at the top of the key. Patosha spins one on. That one looked like it might have had eyes for a second. Jacob fresh off the bench. Steps off the blue, now down low. Trying to go to the slot. Nobody there to catch his dish. Jacob, top of the circle, puts one on. Looking for the top corner, couldn't get it to go. Once again, Jacob to this puck. This one too far out of the reach of Bossy. And it's whistled down for the icing. We'll take the draw in the offensive zone of Adrian College.
Good sustained pressure again from Adrian there, working it around the outside. And we see more of the young freshman defenseman, Julian Jacob, who's been one of my favorite players to watch so far this year. For a bigger guy, he can skate really, really well, and he's not afraid to jump up in the play as a defenseman. Had a really nice shot there that was maybe a foot away from the top left corner.
A shot bobbled up from Schwab. Got it with the blocker, but didn't hold on to it. This one dribbles down the center lane. Shields will get to it. Out for Connor May. Gets a backhand pass and just barely hits the Comfort Inn Suite sign on the overhanging scoreboard above the center ice logo.
Some free extra advertising for the Comfort Inn and Suites there, although they might have been in some discomfort with that puck flying right at them. I like that idea, though, for May. Those are tough plays to track as a defenseman when the puck's high in the air like that. And if you can't find a direct pass, it's not a bad idea to just chip it up ice, because then there's not a high potential for an icing call either.
Paganini was able to win the face-off on the backhand. It's Babyak will try and give to Amsball. Had pressure surrounding him. Didn't have enough time to make a play. This finds its way to Smith. Skinner looking to touch up. No icing as contact was made. Klein now for Babyak. Will make his long trek from opposite end. Rimmed in by Calgin. He'll skate off for a line change. 4 new players on. Adinier, Loretto,
Oh,
Lovasek.
Boy. That was scary. Did you see the skip that took towards Stewart after Adenier got a touch on it? Goaltender's nightmare.
Absolutely. Here's a long shot. The rebound. Down to one knee was Vellucci. Denier trying to pitchfork one. His travels in front of the scoring table. Lifted off the glass. Down low for Lovasek. Spins off a defender. Good pass up for goal. Nice move, looking towards the front, taken down. This puck pinballing around.
That's clean defending in my mind from the Raider defenseman, Brennan Dickey. Angled go to the outside and gave him a push on the shoulder and go just off balance, so he lost his edge. Really nice work by the Raiders to keep the speeding Bulldog forward away from the net.
Sent down into the defensive end of Adrian College. A speeding Summers was looking for a pass. It's taken away by Heinz. Now for Redding. Has some space, spinning off, tried to get the pass, but it was denied as he was looking for the cross crease. 3-on-2 for the Raiders. No icing, and a stick save there from Stewart.
I thought that was going to be offside for sure there. It was awfully close at the blue line.
Obviously the new rules as of a couple of years ago with the momentum of the player. So officials having to keep an eye out. At Redding, stops and pulls up a nice move. Found his way through the lane, got the shot off. It was stopped by Schwab.
I think there's a fine line there for Redding because you don't want to make too many moves and take away your scoring chance there. I think he just handled it for maybe a little bit too long and wasn't able to get the shot off. Because at the end of the day, you want to get that chance on net.
Oh, and Swade pickpocketed that puck. Schwab left it behind his crease. Swade with some speed. Looks towards the front. Thrun couldn't get it to go.
That was a buttery backhand toe drag from Swade.
Oh, and a hard hit from Jake Swade. Patosha puts one on. Kick save made by Schwab.
What a shift Swade's having out there, eh?
One of those gritty players that you look for to add some extra emotion. Does a great job and can score as well. Long shot tipped out of midair.
The dangle and then the big hit combo was crazy. Really nice shift, and he'll go get a breather on the bench after that masterclass.
Roped. Spun one down to the opposite end. Patosha. Shields had to move that ever so quickly. That one in the skates of Calgin now to Amsbaugh. Goes to one hand. Looks for an option. Had it taken away from him by Hughes. Foot race. Loretto there first, good speed. He'll race upwards. Calgin to May. To Calgin, the tip! And a nice stop from Schwab. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Bulldogs. Schwab reading the play and getting the goalie frame over that shot.
That was a nice save. This starts with Ben Loretto seeing the open ice, getting on his horse, making this pass, and Connor May puts a little barbecue on that saucer pass back door to Calgin, who got the paddle down, angled it. Schwab in the right position. Good play all around from the goaltender and from the Bulldog offense. You know, a saucer pass is a tricky thing to get just right, and May had just the right level of lift-off, settled nicely for Calgin, and that's just a nice save by the Raider goaltender, Schwab.
We continue on as this is tied up along the end wall. Minute 37 left to go in the first period of play from Arrington Ice Arena. MSOE and Adrian College in NCAA D3 play.
Except for the scoring play for the Raiders, they haven't been able to get a lot of offense going, but you give them credit because they're hanging in there, weathering the storm.
Front of the Bulldog bench. Here goes Calgin. Racing to the sides is Shields, a long shot. It was just sent wide. Connor May will stop at his own end. Kudo. Now to Amsbaugh. Here's May, a nice move, looking towards the front, the cross crease. It wouldn't go. Amsbaugh running into the post. Lost stick on the play, it was Heinz. Decides to step up and make it the hit instead.
That was a really nice back check by Ryan Reed to track back to break up that play. The Bulldogs waiting at the back door. Glad both those guys are okay. That was a heavy collision right around the pipes.
25 seconds left to go. First period of play in Adrian, Michigan. Adinier angled into the boards. MSOE looking for one last chance here late in the frame. Dinier will tie up in the far side corner. This one rings around the end wall. Smith will get it back down low. Hines stepping up, will clear away, and that's going to do it for the end of the first period. 20 minutes of play so far. Bulldogs and the Raiders tied up at 1. A lot to like there after that first period.
Yeah, definitely. I think one thing that was really on display was the passing from both teams. Both squads were doing a really nice job of being on the same page, really whipping the puck around. Crisp passing right on the tape of their teammates. That's what led to both of the goals that we saw in the first period. I think for the Milwaukee School of Engineering, I don't think you could ask for a better first period coming into this building. You know you're the underdog and that you're going to be outpossessed by your opponent, but they made the most of the opportunity they had and limited Adrian. But I think for the Bulldogs on the other side of things, they did a nice job in that first period as well, and I think if they continue to do what they did in that first 20 minutes, they're going to have some success, and I think the floodgates will start to open as they remain persistent going into the second period.
Some fast-paced play from both sides. Jacob Swade, the first goal for Adrian. Seth Bernard, the first goal for MSOE. We're tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play. Alex Herman and Calvin Key saying, "Don't go anywhere. We'll return for the second period after the intermission."
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Back inside Arrington Ice Arena, Alex Herman and Calvin Keys live on ACTV. It's the second period of this home opener for the 2023-24 men's NCAA D3 season. The Milwaukee School of Engineering, the visiting team tonight, tied with Adrian College at 1 apiece. It was a fast and furious first period. A lot to like there from both sides.
Yeah, certainly. We saw a goal apiece from both teams. Jake Swade scoring at the 3:49 mark, assisted by Zach Heinz and Jaden Shields on the power play. And then after not getting a lot of traction offensively, Milwaukee School of Engineering found the response. It was Seth Bernard who capitalized on a really nice tic-tac-toe play. Involved on that one is their leading scorer, Carson Jones. Jacob Bossi, the other assist there. And you know, regardless of how the run of play went and what you think the scoreline could be, it still remains at 1-1, so it's anyone's game.
12 shots to 5 in the shot category in favor of the Bulldogs as both teams take to the ice, and we will get set in just a few short moments. Time ticking off the center ice clock. Everybody making their way to the frozen ice surface. Officials getting ready and set to go. Adrian swapping to the left side. Raiders swapping to the right. As we'll take the center ice face-off. And once again, we're underway at the AIA for the second period of play in this regulation contest. This is spun around, a takeaway from Redding. An early chance. If he could hold on, he'll get back to it. This tipped before it reached Shields, but with enough time, able to circle it down low. Back through the lane. It was Bernard, and here's a chance. Stewart holding the post, makes the stop at the pad.
Seth Bernard looking for his second of the game there, had a great opportunity.
In his own zone, this is Jaden Shields. Sends a long pass up, misplayed, bounces around, it's kept out. Schwab had to stay on his feet there. Shields sends a pass up into neutral ice. Stopped in front of the scoring table. Thrun gets over to Swade as he's pushed into the end wall. Some feistiness from Jake Swade. Schwab on the backhand. Meets Yee on the outside.
Here's Patosha.
Spinning shot there as it's kept out by Schwab. 3-on-2 if the Raiders can hurry. Opened up on the backhand was Park. Back the other way, Schoenfeld. Nobody there to catch his pass. And it's Amsbo who puts it up into the netting. We'll take the first whistle of the period. 17:59 left to go in the second period.
Kudo dumped this one down low, and Schwab, really aggressive approach there as Patosha was trying to catch up to the puck, and it paid off. You know, in those red jerseys, almost looked like Antti Ranta out there. I don't know if you saw that clip from a week ago, but, you know, it's always a big risk when you come out of your net like that. But for Schwab, it paid off in the end, and no one questions that if you're able to make the save, I guess.
The biggest thing is what happens if you come out and you don't make that save. Then how do you look at as the goaltender?
Then questions are asked usually.
Yes.
So you got to be sure when you do that.
Goaltenders, as we know, often criticized for the oddest of things in the hockey world. Kick save from Stewart. Deflected it wide. Raiders had their pieces in the right spots. Almost were able to pick up the rebound.
I'm curious, as a goaltender, what are some of those unfair criticisms that you referenced?
Well, if you're in a loss, is it really your fault, or is it every member's of the team's fault? You let in a goal. Is it your fault, or were there other things that led up to that play? There's a lot of things that can go into it.
Definitely.
Connor May will drop back. That shot taken goes wide from the stick of John Calgin. Austin Klein trotting around. Now Adinier will get it. This puck bouncing around. Nobody can really hold on to it for a sustained amount of time. Klein had the turnover. Shoved Preston Park down to the ice. This is cleared. Schwab almost gave it away. Too soft on the pass there. Needs some more muscle. Lovasek cycles. Jaden Shields will get it. Puts a shot on. Stick save. And into the netting as we'll hold on for the whistle. 16:21 left to go in the second period of play. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here on ACTV. Home opener for the Adrian College Bulldogs men's NCAA D3 team. It's been a fun one so far and a lot to look forward to this season. Got to talk with Coach Adam Krug before this week's weekend series. Said has a roster this year, very promising. A little bit structured differently from last year's team, but one that he feels very confident in and likes the way that his team is trending so far.
Certainly, and the program lasts long.
Heinz will take a shot, blocker to side. We'll get back to your comment, Calvin, to take the whistle.
Yeah, I was going to say, players graduate, but I think, programs are, when they build tradition, that's something that never graduates. So I think what Coach Adam Krug has built here and the culture and the team mentality, that's something that remains constant even with the turnover in personnel. And even they do a great job recruiting as well. So bringing in a lot of talented new players to fill the voids left by the old guys that were stars for the team.
Typically pretty easy for Coach Adam Krug to make a phone call and get some interest back, because why wouldn't you want to come play for one of the top programs in all of NCAA D3 play?
Yep, when you got good history and a good resume, it's pretty easy to recruit, and it doesn't hurt when you have a brother in the NHL either.
Absolutely. We continue. 15:35 and counting down.
That being Torrey Krug of the St. Louis Blues, for those not aware.
Yes. Summers couldn't catch his pass. This bounced around off the knee of Kudo. Jaden Shields, seen him a lot here tonight. Wearing the A on his sweater for this season. One of those impact players is a hard hit from Schoenfeld. Almost a forced turnover. Here's Swade with speed looking to the front. Seems like every time Swade comes flying off the bench, he does something to break up a play and tries to create a chance.
He's noticeable every shift so far in this game, isn't he?
Skinner down low, goes to the top. Long drive, save from Stewart as he'll hold on.
Yeah, I think on both sides of the puck, Jake Swade's been the best player for Adrian so far. He's played with a lot of speed. If you've been around hockey, saying is speed kills. It makes it's difficult to defend speed, and Swade's done a good job both with his feet and with his hands of making decisions quickly to open plays up, and then also defensively backtracking and trying to shut the other team down, doing a good job.
A deflection in front. Good shoulder save from Stewart. Here's a chance. It's fought off. The rebound goes wide into the corner. Mad scramble in front of that. Almost cost the Bulldogs.
I think that was Jackson Hughes with the shot, and that was a great ace save from Dershawn Stewart there, shrugging it off with the left shoulder.
Adinier chased down by Park. Gets that to Amsbaugh. Run all alone on the breakaway. It's stopped. Sprawling out with the save was Schwab. Might have took a bounce there, but some Cirque du Soleil action as he was tumbling on the ice.
Interesting decision by Thrun there to cut to the middle of the net as well, because Thought he had a chance to get a shot off there. Tried to make a move. Schwab shut him down.
May to the outside, rips one. But I believe a piece of the stick made contact. Official getting in the way there. Play halted. May will go down. Towards the outside is Stevens. Long slap pass from neutral ice, put behind Dershawn Stewart. Now towards the outside corner. Matthews turned it over. Here goes Am's ball. Matthews diagonally upward for Bernard. Has the lone goal for MSOE so far in the contest. Here's some speed from Calgin. Walks over the blue. Looks like he might have hit a run in the ice. Took a stumble for a second. Collects himself as Lovasek will send one on net. And stopping it with the glove, Austin Schwab once again.
Schwab looks pretty composed back there, doesn't he? I mean, the only goal from Adrian was just like a backdoor tap-in that would have been impossible for any goaltender to stop. Other than that, you know, he's been living up to those incredible stats that we talked about earlier on tonight. And it's pretty clear to see why his statistics and metrics are so good at this point in the season.
Austin Schwab skating into this game, a 1.64 GAA and a 940 save percentage.
Doesn't get much better.
Some high statistics there, as you said, Calvin. Long shot as Stewart will stop it there.
It's a pretty small sample size in only 3 games, but, you know, at the same time, I think we've seen tonight, you know, why those numbers exist, right? Because he's so calm back there. I think he's more of a middle of the road in size, but shown some good athleticism and good positioning overall.
Played 21 games last year for the Raiders, a 2.87 GAA and a 9.07 save percentage with a 10-9 record. So decent year for him. Here's some speed. It's Lovasek towards the outside, stick to side. The rebound kicked away as it hit the apron. It was played back to Schwab. Didn't seem like he was expecting that decision at first, but covers up.
Alec Lovasek exchanging some words here with Brennan Dickey around the net. They gave each other a couple of light cross checks and, you know, having a scholarly debate there around the net. And that's the first real emotion we've seen in this game. It's been pretty calm so far, pretty businesslike from both these teams.
This puck moved forward and sent in by Park. It's evened up along the boards. Here come the Bulldogs. Jacob with some speed, looks to the outside, opens up. Didn't have the right spot for a shot, as in front, Summers gets that over. Schwab, the split stop.
I wonder if Brad Summers waited a second later on the forehand. I think things would have opened up for him. We got a high stick here against the Bulldogs. You see what I'm talking about here? Jacob's going to drive wide, cut back. This is really nice board play, and then a nice centering feed by Hines to Summers, but he kind of took the shot quickly. You know, maybe a guy comes and lifts his stick, so that's why he wanted to get the shot off quick, but at the same time, Schwab was all sprawled out, so if he waits, he's got an open net on the left side, but again, Schwab able to make the save somehow, some way.
That shot blocked by a shin pad. It was Austin Klein stepping up. Shields with a shove. Summers with the tie-up.
Got to be careful with those cross-checks and the numbers. Oh, man.
More aggressive play. Skating into his own guy was Jack Carges.
It's a free-for-all down there, Alex.
Royal Rumble. Summers puts a shot on. Doesn't go where he wanted it to. Shields will give to Heinz. He circles around. Looked like he was hooked there, but we continue with no call. Shields to Heinz. Outside hash. The one-time drive off the pad. Good stop there through traffic from Austin Schwab as this play is whistled down for an icing.
Maybe you get the pinball machine started up here if you're Adrian and just start getting shots through screens, tips, redirects, get bodies in front of the eyes of Schwab, because if he's seen it, he's stopped it so far.
I have to agree with you there, and you think back to that first goal from Jake Swade. Like you said, that puck really pinballed around before it was put home. So maybe some adjusted strategy for Coach Krug's Bulldogs.
That was a little LB plus RB action there for Cole Bielke on the controller after the whistle. He wasn't going to play around there. Didn't know if the play had stopped or not, but he was going to cut off the passing lane regardless, so you love that.
LB-RB on the Xbox controller. I think that's L2 and R2 on the PlayStation.
Oh, you're not a PlayStation guy, are you?
I may or may not have both.
Oh, my. Okay, both I can live with.
Run will continue play his offensive zone. Zaretto. This puck put off the glass. Stopped in front. Good stretched out stick from Thrun. We'll see if this stays in, and it's not. That's going to be whistled down for offsides, that time being the right call.
Goodness.
I didn't know if they were going to blow it down there or not. It was a little bit delayed. Raiders would have had a 2-on-1 with almost no coverage.
That's just a bad miscue from Milwaukee. That's how many odd man rush chance have they had so far in this game, and it's kind of just squandered there because the guy without the puck was a little overeager.
Long shot, sticked away by Stewart. Calgin meets Jacob. Here come the Bulldogs. A chance to the lane. It's put outside. And it looked like Amsball ran into the boards there in a little bit of discomfort as he'll skate back to the bench.
Glad he was able to pop up, though, because that's a scary collision.
Oh, a nice move from Lovasek. Pickpocketing there on Ropka. Belke to the outside, holding the post was Stewart. Under the halfway point in the second period, 9:10 left to go. A crisscrossed shot sent into the glove of Stewart. So hold on for the whistle.
.909 left in this second period. The shots are 21-14 in Adrian's favor, but you know this is a tight game. Tight checking. You credit the Raiders because they're closing down time and space for Adrian to make things difficult for them.
Left side draw, one back. Belke goes D to D. Smith sends in down low. 2-on-2 puck scrum. It's won by the Raiders, and the shot from Belke gloved away by Stewart. And being the goalie, I have to notice this. Stewart did get a new full set of Brian's pads, blocker, and glove, but is not wearing them tonight in this game.
He told me on Monday of this week that he was going to need some time to break them in practice to be ready to use them for game action.
So hopefully we get to see those in the next couple of weeks. Not too many home games in the first semester for the Adrian College Bulldogs, but I have seen them before. They are definitely pretty sweet.
Yeah, love Brian's pads in general. I will be sad to see these Lightning pads go, though, because I don't think it gets much better than the setup he has right now.
Play was onside and turned over. Paganini off to the races. Has speed. Drives the net. Stewart with the poke check. Bounced off a body. Here's a chance. Deflects off the apron.
That's where Stewart's size and positioning really benefit him there. When he has the angle, there's really nowhere to shoot to on the side of the net.
Long drive from downtown. Maybe a second chance. Moving that to the top. Schoenfeld couldn't keep it in. Tries to play it back the other way. Vellucci was taken down. And he'll backhand in. Schwab will have to send that back low. Heinz with good pressure. Forces the turnover. He'll get to this puck. Spins off. Blows a tire. Looked like that was the work of his own edges, unfortunately. Klein now to Shields. Summers. The shot blocked. Schoenfeld sends on net. This one on target. Stewart will stop for the whistle. Here you see some of the spectators in Arrington Ice Arena. Packed crowd here tonight.
Yeah, great crowd. This one still feels like a stalemate, where it's just who's going to flinch first. And the Raiders slowly settling into this game and creating some more offense. So this one's a great game. It's fun to watch. Two teams competing hard and evenly matched so far.
This is something, staying on topic, that Coach Adam Krug alluded to in our meeting this week. The Raiders very well coached by Graham Johnson, as Summers will give over for Heinz. Puts a shot on, the rebound. Bounced around. And back the other way, the Raiders. It's Bossy to the front. Takes a shot. Up over the protective netting for the whistle. But Graham Johnson spent some time in NCAA D1 play, so a coach who certainly knows his way around the league and has experience in collegiate play. Team that Krug thought really was going to give them a challenge. He thinks that he can definitely outskill them, but they're hard-hitting and they work extremely hard. And that proving to be the point here as we still sit 1-1 with 6:38 left to go in the second period.
Yeah, definitely. Have to agree with you there.
Belke puts a shot on. Nobody knows where it is. And stomping on top of it was Stewart.
Quietly, Milwaukee School of Engineering is playing in Adrian's end quite a bit for these past couple minutes. So gaining some traction in this game.
This one back. Kudo taken away. Bulldogs will break out. A blown tire. Maybe an opportunity. Patosha to the front. And sliding to the ice there. Great heads-up play by Belke. Thrun trying to poke it. Park drops this over. Hughes the shot. Off target. Patosha gets all alone. Breaking to the front. A saucer for Swade. And that skips over his stick.
Babiak's going to get called for tripping here. He brought down that Raider player.
Yep.
And this is not what Adrian wants right now, because MSOE already has quite a bit of momentum that they've gained here, and now they're going to head to the power play after the tripping call against Cam Babiak.
MSOE's power play percentage coming into the game at 27.8%. The PK for the Bulldogs, 76.9%. So a late power play here with 5:45 remaining in the second. MSOE will go up 5-on-4. This is rimmed around, zone cleared. A couple of seconds will tick off here, but not too many. As Schwab will stop to set up the breakout, and Smith will wait for his pieces.
A center who's good on the faceoff is vital to any good penalty kill, and that's what we saw there.
Here's Bernard looking towards the front. Almost got his second. Was denied by Stewart. Schwab will stop and leave for Smith.
Seth Bernard's had chances, hasn't he? He's been at the center of this Milwaukee offense.
That he has. 4 new players out for AC. As they're able to clear it, and a hard crunching hit sent on to Matt Redding. Seems to be okay.
Yeah, he was upset. He was talking to the official because the puck was gone for a little while there and then caught one up high in the helmet. has to go back to focusing on the penalty kill here.
Ropka taking off the puck to the top. It's Hughes. Now for Belke. Smith is up top waiting for a pass. We'll see if he gets it here. He does. Looking for the shot. Takes it wide. The rebound almost slapped towards Stewart. Here's some speed from McCormack. Bulldogs need it clear. It's Kudo who's able to send it down. Bulldogs caught in a line change. MSOE with the delayed offsides. This will certainly help out the Bulldogs as they'll clear down. 5 seconds left to go, man advantage. Swade pushing towards the goaltender. And we're back to even strength. 5-on-5 plays. We continue with 3:38 left to go in the second period. Bulldogs and Raiders knotted at 1 apiece. Hard hit from Potosha. This into the netting will take a whistle.
I think that's what it's going to take for the Bulldogs to have some success offensively in this game, is just wearing down this Raider team. You see Potosha just going in heavy on the forecheck, letting them know he's there, playing physical, making defensemen think twice before they go back to play the puck.
MSOE won the face-off. They'll clear. Now they're able to get fresh legs. A long pass for Thrun to the front. And a save from Schwab. A fantastic stop on Zach Heinz. Schwab shuts the door.
Wow, the Raiders really just dodged a bullet there, because that was a terrible line change, a 3-on-0, and Adrian has to capitalize on those kind of chances.
Bulldogs were aware of the situation and did their best to take advantage. Goaltender getting away and disrupting their plans. Summers tied up with Bossy. Amsball lost it. Bernard tried to dance his way through. Unsuccessful on that attempt.
These are the kind of games where we're going to find out who's going to be the guy offensively for this Adrian team, because they need someone to step up and make a play here in a tight game, and we still are figuring out who's going to be leaned upon in these kind of situations, Alex. We'll find out.
This bounced off the glass by the stick of Calgin. Connor May had his puck chopped away. Park, couple of nice moves. Looked to break through, was on sides. Didn't send any passes over. A bouncing shot towards the front. It's Stewart with the save. 1:45 left to go in the second period. A little quieter than normal here at the AIA. Lots of fans.
Those guys are looking nice. They wore their Sunday best to the game. There's a hockey game going on, though. Get off your phone. Sorry, don't mean to expose those people, but can't be on your phone at a hockey game, any sporting event.
Especially when it's Adrian College.
Especially. A 1-1 game?
Nonetheless.
I know that guy, too. Sorry, Logan. I'm trying to expose you on air.
Some friendly fire from Calvin Keys. Nonetheless, we continue. 1:20 left to go in the second period. A D-to-D pass for Babyak. Looking for Thrun. It bounced around and got stuck on the netting. We'll see if this is a souvenir for a fan, and it is.
Had a couple souvenirs with pucks going over the glass. Saw a kid down at that end of the rink grab one too. And yeah, this is a MSOE team that hasn't allowed more than 3 goals this season. Most they allowed was it was in a 6-3 win against St. Mary's, and they've allowed 2 or less in the other 3 games. So this is a team that knows how to play defense, and they've got good goaltending, and we've seen that so far, Herm.
That we have. Under 60 seconds to play in the second period. Raiders and Bulldogs tied at 1 here on ACTV. Friday night NCAA hockey action. Reto will move this for Heinz. A good pass as it's chopped on net. And scooping it off the frozen ice surface was Schwab.
I will say this has been a well-officiated game as well. They've done a really nice job so far. Pretty much got everything right,
and
from what I can tell.
The nice part, too, really no animosity from either side. All the hits being clean. Nothing to complain about.
You almost want a little bit more of that, a little bit more nastiness to add some entertainment value. But, yeah, both teams, like I said, have been businesslike. They've been focused.
Here's Redding. A good pass for Klein. Puts one rink wide, and it doesn't go. Here's a chance as it deflected off of his skate. And back the other way, the Bulldogs. Heinz gives to Redding. Looks towards the front. And another chance there. Blocked off a skate. And I believe got sent up into the rafters. The hang time. C.J. Klein got the block.
Ooh, that one caught him right in the skate, too. That doesn't feel good, but, you know, with 2 seconds left, big play there to kick it aside. And, okay, this is interesting. The Bulldogs pulled Dershawn Stewart to put 6 skaters on the ice with 1.7 left on the clock. Wow.
We'll see what happens here.
But they don't have 6 on the ice.
And they added time. It's 2.5 now.
They only have 5 on the ice right now, though. So what's the point of having him off?
And that's going to do it for the second period. And Calgin with a shove there. It looked like Connor May was taken down behind the play. So some friendly words exchanged just for a moment.
That was interesting because they pulled their goaltender, but there wasn't 6 guys. Maybe Dershawn, there's 2 seconds left. I'm heading to the dressing room. I don't know. Just never seen that before.
That one
so interesting.
That one might go on NHL Weird. So 20 minutes gone through the second period. 40 minutes of play so far. Game tied 1-1 as MSOE is knotted up with Adrian College. A little bit of a quieter second frame there, but still a lot of positivity from both ends of the ice. Saw some good chances going each way. Stewart as well as Schwab with some nice stops.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaches that focus on goaltending and the defensive side of the game, you know, they're pretty happy with how this one has gone so far. Offensively, as a hockey fan, you want to see more high-powered explosiveness, but there's a lot of beauty in this as well, as it's just 2 teams that are really digging in and playing organized, playing to their systems, playing to their strengths. Yeah, it's going to take something special to find a winner in this one, so we'll have to see how it pans out.
Alex Herman and Calvin Keys will head to break, but before that, enjoy a quick performance from the Adrian College collegiate skating team.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena. Players take to the ice as we get ready for the third and final regulation period of this NCAA D3 contest between the visiting Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Calvin Keys, as always, as we re-welcome everybody back into the broadcast here on ACTV. Game tied, 1 apiece. This is a nail-biter, a lot closer than I think most people thought it was going to be.
Yeah, the Milwaukee School of Engineering came to play. This is the number 2 team in the country taking on an unranked squad that, tied and lost against one of the teams that was weaker in the conference last year. So Raiders bouncing back in a big way, and they came ready to play. It's going to take something special for a winner in this third period, the way things are going.
Bulldogs are going to have to come out with a lot of energy if they need to win this contest. 20 minutes up on the score clock, and we're underway once again here at the AIA. Matt Redding will get things started. We'll send down low. It's crazy to see how even things are here. 1 goal apiece, 25 shots to 22 in favor of Adrian College. Reddings will chip off the boards. That one for Shields and eaten up quickly just 30 seconds in by Schwab.
Tell you what, the blueprint for MSOE going into this third period was seeking to engineer an upset, and so far they've hung in there. Bulldogs a slight edge in shots. Penalty minutes are even. Numbers in the dot are fairly even as well. Bulldogs got their only goal on the power play. Doesn't get much tighter. Sound like a broken record talking about how evenly matched this game has been, but
that's the story.
Hasn't been a lot to talk about, which is, a positive sign for the defense and the goaltenders when we're up here without a lot of talking points.
Here's a 2-on-1. Walking in, shoulder save made by Stewart. It popped up high and back to the ice surface. Swade will gallop down the right wing. Tried to send a backhanded pass. He could have skated that in, decided not to. An unselfish play as he made the back check and a hit as he goes off for a change. Paganini gets there, and it's dumped down low. A long extended stick as that's poked through neutral ice. No icing as it didn't have enough speed for it. In front of the AC bench. Matt Redding caresses it free. Heinz looked like he dumped it in, but puck didn't go anywhere. Flipped up top, now in between the skates, taken down there. No call made by the officials. Paganini to the right wing, lost it in his feet. A turnover with some speed. Jacob will get to Redding, now to Jacob, looking for a shot. It was awarded, but it hit off of a body and a hard hit on Paganini. Matt Redding.
Redding wasn't playing around there in the corner.
Saying hello, good evening. Pleasure to find your acquaintance.
Exactly.
Oh, and here's a misplay. Stevens was almost going for a line change. That skipped through the feet of Adinier. Nero, here's Ansbo. Left-handed shot. Puts one on. And the blocker stick save from Schwab will go into the netting. 17:20 left to go here in the third period from Arrington Ice Arena.
Going back to that chance for the MSOE Raiders on the 2-on-1, I just don't think Zach Heinz knew where the puck was when he was heading off for the change there, and luckily nothing bad happened. You don't want something like that to be the decider in a game like this.
Two-on-two in the far side corner. Nobody can jostle it free. Finally squeaks out. Klein tried to send a pass. Some of these passes being taken, players have a little bit more time than they might realize. A lot of pressure here, so you're trying to snap the biscuit around as quickly as possible. Both the Bulldogs and Raiders Getting a little bit squirrely here in the third period. Shields will break that one free. Raiders were offside, so they had to re-enter. Anspo on the right wing looking for a pass, doesn't get it. Klein sends that up for a go. It bounces around. Oh, almost a scary play there. Schwab was on top of it.
Wow, that was like an outfielder, making a catch there. It was just kind of a ground ball that Austin Schwab had to try and pick up there on the play, and he came way out of the net, so good thing he didn't allow a rebound as he was leaving the net wide open to come out and scoop that one up. Fans of all ages here in attendance at the Arrington Ice Arena.
Love to see the Bulldogs fans hitting the spread. This is dumped in, and a hard hit along the boards. Babyak sent Matthews flying. Dickey goes for a drive. Not where he wanted to put it. In neutral ice, Lovasek steps over. Doesn't have the support. Stevens looking for one. Thrun gets in the way. Some contact there with Thrun and Stevens. I don't know if they had their heads turned in the opposite direction of one another. But it's Jacob who will start things out. Icing waved off. Schwab out of the crease to stop it. Park, does he have speed? Gets around Jacob. Nice step up from him. Pass doesn't get off. Patosha. Jake Swade. Looking for a little bit of luck. Spins off. Gets to Jacob. The slap shot. Kicked out. Rebound. Who has it? It's the Raiders who will come away.
C.J. Klein did a really good job of tying up Theo Thrun's stick so he couldn't find that rebound around the net. Got to be careful there.
Oh, and a bad bounce there as this skidded towards the front. The wraparound, where is it? It's blown dead. And that one really close to the goal line.
Stewart was hugging that post for dear life as digging away at it there was Paganini and, kept poking away at it after the whistle and, had to, had to pay the price for digging at the goalie after the whistle got knocked over into the net. And good job by the Bulldog defense to defend their goaltender, and great job by Stewart to just do everything to keep his skate as tight to that post as possible.
Sometimes as a goaltender, you can either use your skate blade to hold on to the post, or there's a little bit of a gap between the toe bridge of the pad and the toe box of the skate. It looked like he was going toe bridge there, and puck got wedged in between the post and the skate, so got lucky that didn't take an awkward bounce.
As Summers went to clear that puck, it just nicked off of the netting above the glass, so this faceoff's going to stay in the Bulldog zone. Summers, one of those guys that Adrian head coach Adam Krug feels like can really break out. He's a sophomore from Oakville, Ontario. He has some high-end skill, but he's been kept quiet tonight by MSOE.
This finds its way around the lane, and a one-time in front by Bossy. Doesn't quite go. Carson Jones to Bernard. Now Loretto. Stewart went to play it. Bounced off his stick. Adinier tried to send a pass up. Now here's Loretto crossing through neutral ice into his offensive zone. Bulldogs set up shop. Long shot deflected. Redding to Heinz. He gets stiff-armed into the boards. Play going back and forth here. Really what you alluded to in the start of the third period, Calvin. Really that stalemate. And I think there might be a penalty here. I don't know what it's for. Maybe is it too many men on the ice?
I think he was saying it was an icing. He said, I think the words I heard from the official were we got an icing right here. So I think they're saying that whoever shot that one down from Adrian did not gain center ice.
Huh.
So
kind of an awkward play there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We'll
But the good news for both teams is no one's going to the box because
yes,
you feel like any penalty taken at this stage with 13 minutes left with, you know, the rate that goals are being distributed tonight, the next one might be the winner. Even though we still have a lot of time left, you know, it's been pretty stingy from both sides.
12:59 remaining in the third period. Opening night at the AIA for the Bulldogs. Here's a shot, the rebound. Kicked out by Stewart. Raiders were right on top there. Good box out defensively.
Did that deflect, or did Stewart just not get a good sight line on it? Because it looked like he was kind of sliding across the wrong way.
He might have seen it through traffic, but May puts one on, off the shoulder, bouncing up, and it's in! We have a good goal! The Bulldogs, off a wacky bounce, take advantage, and it's 2-1 Dogs.
Look at this shot again. This is Connor May off the right shoulder of Schwab. And then I think it's actually the Raider defenseman that hit it with their glove, and it went into the net. You can't really tell from that replay, but watching it the first time, it looked like a Raider player went in to try and glove the puck away from the net and inadvertently ended up hitting it into the goal. That's what I saw the first time around. Lots of bodies in there, and there's going to be a discussion here. You know, I think it's going to stand, though, because the referee, Bill Jones, on the side of the net was pretty emphatic with his goal call. He was pretty confident. I think it'd be one thing if the Bulldog player touched it with their hand, but since it went off the Raider glove, I think that's free game, and it looked like the officials on the ice were pretty confident that puck was in the net.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one, Calvin. Head coach of MSOE, Graham Johnson, wants some explanation. And Bill Jones will skate over to him.
There's no review at play here in NCAA Division III, so
until
the
you
call
get
on the ice is going to stand.
Yep, until you get to playoffs in the tournament, there's no review.
Which is good for Adrian because that means that I don't think there's really anything you can do to overturn the call on the ice. So I think that goal is going to go to Brad May. Or Connor May, excuse me. His uncle Brad May played for the Buffalo Sabres in the NHL for many years. So that was Connor that got the goal.
That it was. So an unlucky bounce for MSOE will award the Bulldog their second lead of the night. They're up 2-1 with 12:19 to go.
That's just a huge turn of events in this game.
There's a long shot. That one sailed high. And this is being called for too many men on the ice.
Wow.
Bulldogs are going to go on the kill here. Krug can't believe it.
They're sending Ian Amsbaugh to the box to serve the penalty. 6 guys out there for Adrian. Jaden Shields, of course, doesn't think so, and he's going to put his 2 cents in with the official, but it is going to be a power play for MSOE and a chance to respond and try and tie this game. It was an unfortunate bounce for the Raiders as, you know, they'd been doing such a good job of defending, and it's just a fluke goal that gives Adrian the lead, and they've got a chance to make recompense for that here on the man advantage. Huge power play coming up here for Milwaukee.
One back. We'll see what happens here. Redding with some nice stick play as he's able to clear the zone. Raiders skate 5-on-4. Their entry successful. Rimmed around, jumping there. And a shove coming from Ryan Vellucci. Adeniyi with a hit of his own. No call there. We continue. He's tied up behind the play. What is going on here?
He's holding on to his stick. That's why. He can't get his stick free. It took another Raider player to come over.
Adeniyi doesn't have steel in his boot. Adeniyi,
there we go, from his knees.
Adeniyi making the play.
Wow.
What a wacky series of events there. The steel still on the ice. Got to be careful that doesn't kick up.
That's the classic, you knocked me over, I'm going to hold on to your stick so that you keep pushing me and draw a penalty. And
a turnover. Swade looking towards the front.
Penalty
held
coming.
Up. And the Bulldogs will get one here.
Wow. After a game that's been pretty slow-paced in this last minute.
Here we go. I think things starting to come alive here at Arrington Ice Arena.
Yep.
A goal that was shot into the rafters and fell down. The 2-1 lead. Adeniyi losing his skate blade. Playing leapfrog behind the play.
And then played it on his knees.
Playing it on his knees. Now we have 4-on-4 for the next 40 seconds. It's Adam Smith to the box.
I think it was a tripping call as he brought down Jake Swade.
Here's Patosha looking towards the front. That dribbled off of his blade. Jones working his way through traffic. It's turned over. Patosha has room. 2-on-1 for Thrun. This one bouncing around on net, and it's kept out. So pushing and shoving. We'll see if we have anything come out of this. Officials are going to step in between Ryan Patosha and separate him.
That's a little bit of a mismatch there for Patosha. I'd get out of that one.
Yes.
CJ Klein is a big fella.
CJ Klein sitting at 6'5", 215. Patosha, certainly a capable individual himself, but listed at 5'11", 172. So the weight classes not exactly correct. Here's Shields. Summers with some stick handles. Circles for Heinz. He steps off the blue, looking to the slot. This moved over, maybe a wraparound sent on net, was stopped. Am's ball out of the box. 5-on-4 now. Power play for the Bulldogs. Swade flying off the bench. Power play unit. Here's Shields. Works his way to the outside. Goes off the boards. Summers to Shields. The one-time drive blocked. Oh, that's a hard shot block there from Schoenfeld. And another soak there. This time, that was Brennan Dickey who got in the lane. Shields to Summers. Back to Shields. Heinz fakes the slapper. Here's Summers. A lane. Heinz puts it wide. Shields to Heinz once again. Puts it on. Deflected. A little bit too high on the elevation. Summers will look to keep it in. He does. 15 seconds left to go on the 5-on-4. Swade down low. Circles around. Gets it to Shields. Has Summers on the wide side. Penalty expiring. Smith back to the ice surface. Shields will skate off for a change. Was replaced by Kudo. A backhand pass. Heinz looking for the backhand. Here's a shot. Swade put it high. Will pick up his own rebound that came off the glass. Redding goes away. Gets replaced by Julian Jacob.
Nice play by Seth Bernard to bat that out. That's huge because it enables his team to get a change after they were hemmed in.
Connor May, a nice move. Drop pass for Kaljan. Goes for the shot. This is moved to Belke. Angled wide by Jacob, now pushed into the feet. Kudo has to make a play of his own. Belke with the shot. Off the glass and out. May trying to use the muscle to send up top. Here's a long drive from Paganini. Doesn't go. And another chance. The Raiders score. A bouncing puck. And MSOE takes advantage. Casey Ropka, 7:44 left to go in the third. We're evened up again.
Wow. No quit in this Raiders team. They're possessing in the offensive zone. This is dug off the wall by Bielke. Quick shot and a rebound right there. Johnny on the spot is Casey Ropke, and he has a wide open net, a quick finish, and we're back tied, Alex.
Just like that. That was a hard-working, earned goal from the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Giving the Bulldogs trouble here on opening weekend. A turnover. The chance. Stripped there by Thrun. Bossy looked to chop one. It's Babyak who will head back towards Stewart. Patosha picking up the speed, looking towards the outside. Now in, and a great save. The rebound kept out. A third try. It's covered up for the whistle. And Schoenfeld throwing Babyak down to the ice as he's limbering around. We'll see if he's okay. Finally regaining his footing. Maybe a stinger off of the knee, so he'll skate off.
Didn't look like Ryan Patosha had an angle there, but he got up to speed, turned the corner, and created something out of seemingly nothing there. Great chance for number 36. I think a big reason why this is still a close game is some of those small plays MSOA is making in their D zone. Doing a really good job with stick checks, getting stick on puck defensively, and good eye hand as well.
Klein gives outwards, skating back as Ropke. This bobbled around, lifted out. Klein tried to play that with his hand through his legs.
I think that puck was knuckling for the Bulldogs. Otherwise, Preston Park could have been away there.
Back in the D zone, it's Austin Klein. Connects with Heinz. He makes a nice move, looking towards the front, taken out. Could have argued possibly for a penalty there, but we won't get it. Matt Redding gives this over for Go, fresh off the bench. His shot goes into the netting.
Good chance for Matt Go. Hops over the boards, and immediately the puck falls to him, speeding ahead, and gets the shot off. Again, what I was just talking about, Alex, the defenseman for the Raiders got it, the stick on puck, and took away the lane, so the shot's not going on net. Instead, it goes out of play.
6:05 left to go in the third period. The recent goal from Casey Ropke. Evening things back up at 2. It was Connor May with the second Adrian goal. Vellucci to Kudo, now to Go. Stopped in front of the bench. Stewart will play the dump in, but decides he's going to hold on. Will take the draw in the D zone.
If you're just joining us, the scoring for this one started early on in the first period at the 3:49 mark. Bulldogs struck on the power play. Jake Swade, Seth Bernard answered at 10:49. Didn't see any goals in the second period. Then in this third at 7:26, it was Connor May. And then at 12:14, Casey Ropke. We're back all square at 2-2.
Here's a long shot. Played by Stewart. It bounces around. Nobody knew where it was. Almost an empty net. The heart palpitations there.
Take a deep breath.
Some jaws dropping in the Arrington crowd. Bossy.
The stress level here isn't as high as it is at Trines Ice Arena. They were hosting St. Norbert tonight, and they had a fire alarm go off, so all the players had to head out to the parking lot.
Never a good thing. Here's a chance in front, the stop! Fended off. Good save from Schwab. Loretto looks to the forehand. Doesn't get it. Lost his twig. Will have to play without one.
How about the back check from Theo Thrun there? Great effort.
Redding looked to send a long pass. Doesn't work out, but he strips it. Matt Redding plays it through his feet to the backhand of Summers. Can it go? No. Left blue, tied up in the corner. Time winding down in regulation. Here's Austin Klein. Went to go and shoot. Puck rolled over, so we couldn't fire it. Adam Smith dumped into the boards. Zach Heinz with a shoulder of his own. Matt Redding to Klein. Flips out into neutral ice. Ropke has one goal this evening. Summers will send it low. Playing it is Skinner. Out to their own blue is MSOE. Looking to work their way through. Jacob, a head check. And gets bodied there. Amsbo puts one on. That one just barely wide. Stick interfered with Calgin as he went down low. Finds its way to Kudo. Now Amsbo. May with a shot blocked. Good step up from Charlie Skinner. Jacob connects with Kudo. Gives to Amsbo. Intended for Calgin. Slipped through his feet. 3 new men on the ice. Adinier, Swade, and Loretto. 2:43 left to go. Third period. MSOE and Adrian College tied at 2. May works his way free. Adinier with the shot. Played through, rebound. Nobody could get it. Bulldogs inching closer.
I think that was C.J. Klein who swept that away right next to the net. Good work by the Raider defenseman to clear it from a dangerous area.
Adinier lost it in neutral ice. Here's a pass that goes over. Out of reach for Jacob Bossi. Blood pressure starting to get a lot higher now. Things really tightening up.
I don't think anyone expected this to be as hard fought of a battle as it have been. So a lot on the line here for Adrian, even though it's early in the season.
This goes right to left. Now to Park. He'll send in. It's met by Hughes, and Stewart had to come up with the stick stop. Summers trying to create space. Worked over into the half wall. A lost twig still in the corner from a couple moments ago. Heinz trying to play this. Kept in just barely. Shields steps through, and a good stop from Schwab. I don't know if that one hit the netting and the officials didn't see it, but we still continue on. 60 seconds to play. Redding gets a give and go, drops down low. Here come the Raiders. Adam Smith out for Park. Doesn't get his pass. Klein to Amsbo. Dumps in, gets support from Calgin, who tries to hold it, and that's off the top of the netting. I believe will take the face-off in the offensive zone of Adrian College. 36 seconds flat left to go here in regulation.
Yeah, that's big. This next face-off is pretty important. If Adrian can win it, they're going to have a good opportunity here in the offensive zone. I thought maybe they would try and call timeout here to draw up something, but Looks like they'll just go for it. And I called it. There we go.
There you go.
Or head coach Adam Krug called it, but I predicted it.
Crystal ball there for Calvin Keys.
There you go.
Adam Krug makes the timeout call. We'll step aside just for a second and return after this quick break.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
We are back live on ACTV after a timeout taken by Adam Krug and the Adrian College Bulldogs. 36 seconds left to go in the third period. Regulation hockey game between the Milwaukee School of Engineering and the Adrian College Bulldogs. Contest tied at 2 apiece. Jacob Swade opened things up. Seth Bernard followed. Connor May in the third period after we saw no scoring in the second, and Casey Ropke a few minutes after that. Things very interesting. Set up to the top. Shields to Redding. Has a chance. The stop made. Good stop there. Shields outside one-time drive was blocked. Summers tried it. 20 seconds left to go. This goes to the top. Klein to Shields. Summers over. And they score! 12.9 seconds left to go. The Bulldogs take the lead. 3-2.
Wow. One word. Clutch. Matt Redding was the guy for the Bulldogs last weekend, and he is again here today. Look at this, the puck movement around the perimeter. It's Summers finding Redding. Wide open back door, and he does the rest, going upstairs on Austin Schwab, who's been otherwise incredible. And the Milwaukee School of Engineering will call timeout with 12 seconds left on the clock. Oh boy, Redding's got some ice in his veins.
Wow, absolutely incredible. You wouldn't normally see a timeout that late in a tie hockey game, but a great play. Adam Krug, knowing what he was doing, called the stoppage there, and that's certainly helping out the Adrian College Bulldogs. They take a late lead, 3-2. 12.9 left to go in the third period. What a game it's been so far.
That it has been, and that's why you call that timeout late in the game, because hockey's a game mainly played on the fly, but late on like that, when you have a face-off, you can draw up a play and, even more than that, just talk over what you want to do with your offensive zone possession. And, with the rotation there, getting into the umbrella, it's really nice work. We haven't seen many defensive breakdowns for the Raiders today, but Redding was just able to get a pocket of space and capitalize.
Empty net for MSOE. Under 10 to play. Hughes will play it. Can they get it out of their own zone? Yes, but it won't do any good as Stewart plays it away, and the Bulldogs win their first game at home in the 23-24 season by a score of 3-2.
Adrian College able to get it done here. It wasn't easy, but they're able to somehow fetch a victory here at the Arrington Ice Arena. But you credit this MSOE team because they really made them work for it. And this is a Raiders team we could see later on in the season down the stretch. And I think for Graham Johnson and his team, they've got a lot to be proud of heading into tomorrow afternoon's contest. For the Bulldogs, I think they have quite a bit to be proud of because they, really showed their persistence in a game like that where it doesn't come easily. It's difficult. And, you know, in the midst of that, able to scratch and claw their way to a win. And, yeah, just at the last possible moment, able to get it done some way, somehow.
The Bulldogs on top in regulation late in that frame there. Somehow found a way to do it. It was dead even for the entire time. Saw 2 goals in the first, none in the second, 1 in the third, and the Bulldogs come away with the regulation win. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here on ACTV saying so much thank you for tuning in here tonight. And we bid you a good night as we'll go to break and come back with the 3 stars of the game.
College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
We're back here on ACTV, almost done with tonight's action, but before that, the 3 stars of the game that we'll get after the final stats read off. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here on ACTV.
I think this is going to be Dershawn Stewart, number 3, Jaden Shields, number 2, Matt Redding, number 1, as he got the winner. And that's what I would have predicted, honestly.
We'll see what we get here.
The Brueggemann Law, 3 stars of the game.
Who do we have here first? Find out in just a second.
Dershawn Stewart saved 28 of the 30 shots he faced. That's good for a .933 save percentage. So he continues his strong play here tonight. The only 2 goals he allowed were goals that any goaltender would have allowed. Saved every shot he possibly could.
3rd star, Dershawn Stewart. What an effort. He's been the backbone in the back end for the Bulldogs through games played so far in this season.
The senior from Amherstburg, Ontario, with just another vintage performance.
See who we get second here. Looks like it's going to be Jaden Shields will get the 2nd star. Wears the A this season.
He had 2 assists in this game, including on the game winner, and had 4 shots on goal, a +2 rating.
Game-winning goal. Matt Redding, the GW, gets the 1st star in the home opener.
Yeah, good stuff from Redding. Had 3 goals and an assist last weekend. Gets a goal tonight, had 4 shots on goal, gets a +1 rating with the winner. And, you know, with those stats taken into consideration, Matt Redding now has the goal-scoring lead with 4 goals in 5 games so far this season. Jaden Shields, the overall leading scorer, he's got a goal and 7 assists now for a total of 8 points in just 5 games. So another senior in Shields who's been red hot, and he was kind of behind the scenes orchestrating most of the goals and most of the offense we saw from Adrian today.
A full 60-minute effort from both sides of the benches. But it's ultimately the Adrian College Bulldogs who are able to top over the Milwaukee School of Engineering late in that 3rd period by a score of 3-2. The 2nd contest this weekend between these 2 teams tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to tune in right here on ACTV for all coverage of that game. And with that, Alex Herman and Calvin Keys saying thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, and we will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. To go. This goes to the top. Klein to Shields. Summers over, and they score! 12 points!
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.